Hey, good morning. I'm Patricia Murphy. It's Friday. This is Seattle Now. This week, Seattle's cleared a path for cafes and corner stores on residential streets. The Seattle Torrent have their fingerprints all over Team USA women's hockey. And Seattle, you know how to party, but the city says we left behind a bunch of trash at the Seahawks parade. Author and blogger Geraldine DeRuiter and producer Jason Burrows are here to break down the week. But first, let's get you caught up. Speaking of the Seahawks, a drone operator is facing possible federal charges for flying over the Seahawks victory parade last week. The King County Sheriff's Office says 8 people were caught flying unauthorized drones over Lumen Field and the parade route. The pilots were given warnings and most of them grounded their drones, but law enforcement officials say one pilot ignored the warning and now could face criminal charges. The FAA had imposed temporary flight restrictions over the stadium and parade route. A traffic heads up if you're traveling around the east side this weekend. All westbound lanes of State Route 522 will close at the I-405 interchange. That all begins tonight at 9 and runs until 6 a.m. Saturday. Crews are beginning work to remove large ramps in order to widen the freeway. More work will continue for the next 3 weekends. And who's ready for some baseball? The first Mariners spring training game is today from Peoria, Arizona. The game starts at 12:10 p.m. Pacific time. You can watch it free on MLB.tv. If you're waiting for the games that count, the Mariners open their season March 26th here in Seattle. Check back for more headlines on tonight's episode of Seattle Now. It's Friday again. Did you get a little snow this week? I saw a few flakes this morning. Geraldine DeRuiter's here. She's the everywhereist, an author and blogger. Geraldine, you're back.
And I'm also an aspiring pewter medalist. So.
We are going to talk a little bit about the Olympics. Jason Burrows is here, too. He's a producer for KUOW Soundside, an announcer for the station. His middle name is Megatron. Jason, we know a lot about you right now. Glad to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, really glad you're here. All right, you two, before we dive in, Seattle, you really know how to party. Maybe next time, bring a trash bag. With hundreds of thousands of people gathering downtown for the Seahawks championship parade, city officials knew things would likely get a bit messy. They told Cairo 7 there was minimal crime reported during the event, but trash, well, if parade trash was a crime, this would be a gross misdemeanor. SDOT crews picked up 10,000 pounds of garbage, 5 large pieces of furniture during the post-parade sweep. I would have actually thought there would have been more furniture, to be honest.
Now, does a folding chair, like the little folding camp chair, does that count as furniture?
I don't think, no, because I think they're speaking of substantive furniture, like couches.
Like a couch.
Was it a matching set? Because that's what I want.
In a crowd this large, are you more or less likely to drop your trash? And no judgment because you have already paid for the cleanup with your taxes.
No, I carry. So first of all, if I do produce trash, I'm going to carry it with me.
You're
Absolutely.
that gal.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah.
Like for as long as I need to. I'm a trash gal. Have you seen me?
Don't even say. Okay, I would do that too. I have a thing in my house. I will walk around and pick up stuff that has to go in the trash, and I put it in my pocket. And at the end of the day, I'm like trash pocket girl, and I'm just unloading all this stuff. It's ridiculous. It's like
Just like apple cores and
wrappers, cat toys. Anyway,
We're in Seattle. This is a hike-friendly place. Pack in, pack out.
That's
like
right.
That
We
is
know
the
the
mantra.
rules.
Just to carry it with you.
yeah, we know the rules. All right, moving on to the big story of the week. Big news for lovers of corner stores and quick coffee. Seattle is headed back to the days of small cafes and markets throughout its neighborhoods. City Council approved the change at the end of last year, and Axios did a story this week reminding us it officially became legal in January. There are already some examples of these kinds of stores around the city. Volunteer Park Cafe on Capitol Hill, 7 Coffee Roasters in Ravenna. We spoke to the owner and some customers of Irwin's in Wallingford last year when the state legislature was considering this change. And one customer has been coming in every day for years because it's just 2 blocks away. And I think that's the kind of example that people who want to set up these stores are going for, right? That they're talking about that 8-block radius around them. What does your neighborhood need, Jason?
I live in Lower Queen Anne, one of my closest friends, Matt, lives across the street from Nielsen's Danish pastries there on 2nd. And he is there every day. He goes in every morning. That is his pre-work tradition.
Yeah.
And I go in as often as I can. Generally, I'm a Friday guy. But I love having that place because it's the best community.
Yeah.
All of the regulars are regulars. Everybody knows all of the staff. There's the little cupboard off to the side that's the community need cupboard where you can donate clothes or you can take clothes if you need them. There's everybody donates to like the community card so that if somebody can't afford something, they can just come in and they can get it without having to worry about the finances about it. And so having that little community space is so nice. So if that's something that we can put out to the rest of the city, I absolutely welcome it. I think it's great.
I almost feel like I'm in a bit of a dead zone between Green Lake and Wallingford. So there are not enough coffee shops. And if there is one, so there's Retreat by Green Lake, Pacha, which is also by Green Lake. Those are not actually that close to me. I'm not going to dox myself. But they are packed to the brim.
Yeah.
So I would love to see more stuff developing. I think Seattle's zoning laws are actually what holds this city back in a lot of ways. So I also think that it would annoy my neighbors if this stuff came in, and I want that.
You know, it's funny because I actually live right next door to a coffee shop, and I can tell you that 4:30 every single morning, a truck pulls up. A door rolls up from the back of that truck. Pastries come out. The door opens. The pastries get dropped. The door closes. And he drives away. Probably takes a minute and a half.
It wakes you up every day.
Well, I'm usually up very early, but I am also a very light sleeper. This sound does not bother me. This sound does not bother me. It is the soundtrack of my neighborhood, and I like that. I like what that coffee shop means to my neighborhood. I also grew up in New Jersey. These kinds of markets were in my neighborhood. I would go in every day and get a tea light and sweet and a bagel with butter every day. We don't even do light and sweet.
I want Bodega Cats here in Seattle.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I love Bodega Cats.
Well, so for real, like these corner markets, they can stock what the neighborhood wants.
And what they need.
Yeah. I mean, there are some limits here. Businesses are capped at 2,500 square feet. Seattle City Council member Joy Hollingsworth, who sponsored the legislation, says it goes beyond potentially solving the food desert issues created by store closures, but it also creates a sense of community. You know, we talk a lot about the need for third places in our city and the potential to stock things specific to the needs of the neighborhood. Do you see these kinds of spaces as a potential third place?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, my group of friends used to go to T.S. McHugh's on Mercer to play D&D because they had a big open space in the back. But now that's closed. So having another space that's open in the hours around getting off of work and staying up a little too late to play Dungeons and Dragons, I absolutely would welcome that.
You know, we're on top of the former Wizards of the Coast space here at the KUOW studios. All right, Geraldine, would a coffee shop next door encourage you to meet your neighbors?
Absolutely not. I am at my core a misanthrope, but I love being a regular somewhere.
Yes.
100%.
Love it. I have not truly been a regular since the Continental closed on University
Don't even talk to me about
Way.
Helen.
Oh my gosh. I would go there in college with, a random date. And I was like, this clearly isn't working. And then I showed up with my husband, eventual husband. And I could tell they were like, oh, this one seems he picked up the bill. So I love being a regular. I love having a relationship with a restaurant, a coffee shop, a place, and feeling that sense of ownership and community as long as those people don't involve my neighbors.
All right, before we move on to our next topic, we need to address something I said on the show last week. In a segment about Super Bowl bets, I offhandedly mentioned that the owner of Moto Pizza was flown out to Connecticut to have a slice of Frank Pepe pizza. I don't know about Connecticut and pizza, but It was an offhanded comment.
I'm with you.
A little jab, a peek into my East Coast edge. I'm from New Jersey. Connecticut was part of my tri-state area growing up. Well, we got a few emails about it. Connecticut, specifically New Haven, has a very serious pizza situation going on. Connecticut even took out billboards, including in my home state, claiming the nation's best pizza to double down. Connecticut Rep. Rosa DeLauro 2 years ago even entered an official statement into the congressional record declaring New Haven the pizza capital of the United States. And what did she do? She brought 100 pizza makers from Connecticut to Washington, D.C. to showcase the state's industry. Okay, that is what we are talking about here. Geraldine, you write about food a lot. Mm-hmm. Have you ever gotten a ton of backlash for what you consider to be a low-stakes take?
Sorry.
Have you ever had to do a pizza culpa? Which I am explicitly not doing.
So, Trish, first of all, I'm going to tell you the first rule of being me, which is double down.
I don't know, man.
No, double. Look at me. Double down. Double down. So have I ever gotten, okay, I actually have a list. I had a guy, I had to block him on several platforms because he followed me across numerous platforms. Oh I mentioned this in my second book because I insulted his girlfriend, Mountain Dew. I got numerous death threats over my Mario Batali cinnamon roll piece.
Which was brilliant and won a James Beard.
Thank you. It won a James Beard Award. We had to get a home security system after that piece came out. I wrote a review about a restaurant in Italy that went viral. The chef threatened me with physical violence that then the New York Times published. They published his threats.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. I remember this, Geraldine.
And then that was on the homepage of the New York Times website because I said he served me a terrible meal, which he did. So, yeah, I've gotten flamed for some food takes.
Horrifying, Geraldine. Yeah. I mean, honestly, just acknowledging that is awful. That is awful.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're talking about food.
People get fired up. About food. Oh, actually, technically, New Haven pizza is coal-fired. I asked about it on Threads. Because I'm going to say something.
Because you had to throw some gasoline on the fire, Geraldine.
I've never heard of New Haven style pizza. I've never heard of Connecticut. Apparently it's New Haven style. I've never heard of this.
Yeah.
And someone actually questioned my food writing credentials because I've never heard of it. No, I'm questioning your marketing. Connecticut.
They really were serious about the marketing, Geraldine.
Look, I'm going to say this is fighting an uphill battle. You are. You are. Now, I will say the majority of the people who replied to me were lovely, including the governor of Connecticut himself, Ned Lamont. And they enthusiastically said that their pizza is the best pizza in the world. Now, here's the thing. If you talk to people from Chicago, they say their pizza is the best pizza in the world.
That's casserole.
I think Jason's correct. If you talk to people from New York, they think their pizza is the best. You talk to Neapolitans, they think their pizza is the best. You talk to Romans, they think Neapolitans have the best pizza. So there's a huge spread of what pizza is and what kind of pizza you like.
Jason, you're a producer on a daily show.
Yes.
Listener emails are just part of the job.
100%.
Soundside has a ton of listeners. What have you learned about what gets people riled up?
Oh, anything. You make a declarative statement, somebody will email in and say, either you're right and I agree with you, or you're wrong. And here's 7,500 words of why you're wrong. So
cats are better than dogs.
All right. Well, back to what's become known around here as the Connecticut pizza take. Here's what some of the emails said. Subject line, advice, go to Connecticut and learn about pizza. Here's one. I could go on for paragraphs and pages about Connecticut pizza. Instead, I recommend that you visit, do your homework, and then give us a full podcast on pizza. This one was CC to Ton Finn. Another listener, if there was a Super Bowl of pizza, Pepe's would have a shot at being the reigning champion. The ranking of what passes for pizza in Seattle, I'll keep to myself. Now, I looked all of these places up. The pies look fantastic. I agree they are probably delicious.
No,
I
you're
love
not
pizza.
doubling down, Trish.
Given that New Haven is 70 miles from New York City, it would be a freaking crime if their pizza wasn't top tier, to be honest. I am also still a little bit New Jersey, I guess, because I'm going to say we are talking about degrees of greatness here. Pizza is great. Growing up, my pizza was from Bruno's. Even has a little char like New Haven style. Top tier. But again, if we're talking about the New York area, we're really talking about top tier pies here. So here is the thing that I will say to the people who emailed me. It is not okay to drag Seattle pizza into all of this. In some of the emails they did, and it's not the same.
No.
Before we move on, though, what is a food that we are especially protective over here in Seattle?
Seafood.
Yeah. Co-signed.
Salmon.
Yeah.
I would say we...
And sushi. We have fantastic sushi here in Seattle.
I also think that a lot of our Asian cuisine here, like our Vietnamese food, our Thai food, our Japanese food is just top tier here. Like Chinese food here is incredible. We have excellent Cambodian restaurants that honestly, I think are phenomenal that don't get enough
What is the food, though, that we are unreasonably protective over?
Chicken teriyaki.
Teriyaki chicken. I had
100%. Yummy teriyaki at the corner at Mercer. And
yeah. Teriyaki is what
that's it.
Teriyaki is what I had written down too. We are insane about teriyaki in this town.
Yeah, we really are.
Don't come for it.
It's tasty. It's tasty.
I love it.
We can all agree. All right, moving on to our next topic. Hockey is having a moment in all sorts of ways right now. The Seattle Torrent are in their first season. Heated rivalry is bringing new interest to the sport, and the Winter Olympics are kicking into high gear, including a gold medal match from women's hockey that includes quite a few Seattle Torrent players. Torrent captain Hillary Knight, who got engaged to speed skater Brittany Bowe at the Olympics. That is so romantic, you two. Alex Carpenter, Kayla Barnes, and Hannah Bilka are on Team USA. Julia Gosling is on Team Canada. Just a reminder, we're taping this Thursday afternoon. We expected to know the score right now, but the game is currently in overtime, which is so exciting. Jason, you were at Rough and Tumble Sports Bar taking in the vibe this morning. Tell me more.
Oh, man, it was great. I got there about 45 minutes before doors opened, and I just walked down and talked to everybody who was in line, and the vibes were immaculate. Everybody is super excited. People who are rooting for both sides, way more Team USA fans than Team Canada fans, but everybody was super excited. Rough and Tumble sold out every seat. They did
so fun.
Free tickets to get in, and the line was down and around the block. And once we got inside, there were Torrent players who were there and big meet and greet. I got to talk to a bunch of them. And man, it was just awesome. I left after the first period to come here and do this. And man, I have just been gripping the counter here because
you've been keeping track.
Because I have the score on my phone. And it's so much fun.
Yeah. I saw that first game. I was a little annoyed that they moved away from it once it was apparent they were going to win. They went to like speed skating or something. I was pretty annoyed because that was a fun watch. Geraldine, have you jumped on the hockey bandwagon at all in this recent spike of interest?
A tiny bit. So like there is this dynasty kind of rivalry between the US and Canada. So basically since like women's hockey became an Olympic sport, the gold medal winners have been Canada or the U.S.
Yep.
That is so dramatic. I don't even have words for it. So I think Canada's won 5 times and we've won twice. It's gone to overtime a couple of times. It went to shootouts at least once. Apparently the U.S. is very favored to win this year.
I've got my fingers crossed.
Me too.
This sports anxiety is new for me. I kind of jumped on during the Super Bowl, and it was such an exciting ride that I'm hooked a little bit now with the hockey, but I'm afraid. This new interest in hockey has spurred a little bit of drama in the arenas. There was an anonymous in The Stranger this month about the lack of hockey etiquette going on a little bit. They were glad heated rivalry was bringing new eyes to the sport, but also asked that people stay in their seat when the puck is in play and please stop asking the players to kiss. That first request is for safety because that puck will take your teeth out.
Right.
If you know any hockey players, you know that's true.
Yes, and your neighbors might take you out if you are standing up in the way when something happens.
That's true. You go to the ground one way or the other there. We've been talking a lot on the show about the Pacific Northwest Olympic athletes. We interviewed Super Cooper, the speed skater, our friends Luke and Ben on USA Curling, who are doing very well right now. We learned so much about these sports that we normally know very little about. What sort of vibes does the Olympics bring when it comes around every couple years? Do you make time in your schedule?
So I love watching the Olympics when I can because it's the closest you can come to being like an ancient Roman emperor. You sit on your couch eating your Cheetos and you're like, I will watch the world's greatest athletes and they will perform for me and I will judge them. Oh, did you over-rotate and fall? And now your dreams are dashed? How sad. Next. And I'm so judgy for a person who falls up her stairs.
The other night I sat and watched a couple of hours of biathlon coverage where they have the cross-country skiing and then they stop and they shoot and then they ski and then they shoot. And it was fascinating to watch all of these different people from all of these different countries doing something so well.
Yes, I love that. That is my favorite part. People at peak performance in peak form showing the best at what we can do. It's so exciting. It's so exciting to see. We are going to leave it there. Geraldine DeRuiter is an author and blogger. Jason Burrows is a producer on KUOW Soundside. That was a lot of fun. Thanks, Jason.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Geraldine.
Double down, Trish.
Show me the pie. Very sweet. All right, late breaking news. We've just found out that USA has won gold in that hockey game. Jason Burrows is trying to hold it together over here. Jason, I'm going to throw it over to you.
Oh, man. Megan Keller, with 15 minutes and 53 seconds left in overtime, scored. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. My phone is... I have it on Do Not Disturb.
This is more important.
We were in the midst of wrapping up and talking about the rest of our day when the score bug popped up on my phone and I went nuts.
No, Jason was very calm. He was the picture of resolve and serenity. He's actually wearing a shirt that I want to call out because he's wearing a T-shirt that says "Everyone watches women's sports."
Yeah, man.
Which is
as it
dope,
should be.
Which is dope.
Yeah, that is as it should be.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Team USA.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, really glad we get to put a button on the show and say that the women brought it home.
And Hillary Knight's goal to tie it up at the end of the third period was her 15th career goal in the Olympics, setting the record for Americans in the Olympics.
Amazing.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Go Hillary. Congratulations. Team USA. Woo! Yay! Appreciate you listening to Seattle Now, and thanks to our generous donors for your support. Take a minute to rate and review the show on your favorite podcast app. Today's episode was produced by Vaughn Jones. It was edited by Andy Hurst. Our production team also includes Caroline Chamberlain-Gomez, Brooklyn Jamerson Flowers, and Paige Browning. Greg Kramer does our theme music. Seattle Now and KUOW Public Radio are members of the NPR network. I'm Patricia Murphy. We're back tonight with Evening Headlines.